Medical school is full of ups and downs, but with every passing year in school, I've made it a point to always learn something to improve my life as an individual and not just as a medical student. So in today's video, I'll be telling you the life lessons medical school has taught me so far, and hopefully you can apply this lesson to different aspects and areas of your life. But before getting into the video, hi bandmates, and to my new viewers, hi guys, I'm Abby, a student doctor based in Nigeria currently in her fourth year of studies. Now that we're done with the formalities, let's jump straight into the video. The first life lesson I've learned so far is you're in competition with no one in this world but yourself. In medical school, with the ups and downs that comes with examinations, sometimes you see yourself, you will fail. Sometimes you see yourself, you'll pass. And especially coming from high school, primary school, where there's always this competition between yourself as an individual and your classmates. It's like you're always battling to get first position, second position. But coming into medical school, it's like it's a playing ground, a playing field for anybody. And in medical school, like you can see 2, 3, 4 people getting the exact same score. So it's to tell you that nobody is in competition with anybody. You're just in competition with yourself, your book, and God. So this life lesson I've learned from medical school, saying that medical school is like there is no competition with anybody but yourself. Applying it to life in general, it has made me realize that in life you're not in competition with anybody but yourself. There is no need for comparison, because this person is making it in this area of their life doesn't stop you from making it in your area of life as well. I heard a quote somewhere where they say that like things are going well in people's life around you, you shouldn't be jealous about that. Maybe someone just got a promotion in their job and you've been just slacking in your job for a very long period of time. A lot of good things are happening to people around you. You should take it in and be happy, because good things are happening around you means that God is in your neighborhood, meaning that there's a high chance for you to also get something good in the future. So seeing that in medical school that there is no competition with anybody, applying it into life, just know that in life you're not in competition with anybody but yourself. Anything you're doing is just between you, yourself, and God. You shouldn't be saying, oh my God, this person out there is doing this, why am I not doing this? This person just achieved this, why am I not achieving it? Just because this is happening right now doesn't mean that it's not going to happen for you in the next couple of months. Everybody is on their own timeline. This thing is happening for this person right now doesn't mean that it's not going to happen for you. This has actually helped me out in life to kind of eliminate jealousy, because as human beings we can't eradicate jealousy completely. It's an emotion that just comes, but whenever it comes, whenever I think about these things, it helps me to eradicate that feeling of jealousy and understand that just because it's not happening for me and it's happening for them doesn't mean that it won't happen for me. The second life lesson I've learned so far from lesson is that life gets tougher, but we get stronger in the process, and that's what makes handling life easier and easier. In medical school, when you get to the next level, it gets tougher. It's like you're coming from 100 level and you just faced a whole lot of stress during the examinations, and like, let me just pass this phase. 200 level to get better. You get into 200 level, it's your second MB. This is like the weightlifting step, and then you're like adding everything, your emotional, physical, everything is going into this particular examination. So like, let me give it my all. Once I get into clinicals, it's going to get better. You get into clinicals, it's getting even tough. There are more topics that are to be studied. There are a lot of things to be studied. It's getting tougher. But the thing I've realized is that with every passing level, although it's getting tougher, you're getting mentally stronger. It's not as if you're going to be completely mentally strong, because medical school is going to do a strong thing, but at least you're going to be mentally stronger than the year before. So applying it to life only gets tougher as you get older. It doesn't get any easier. Maybe you'll be like, I'm a teenager, I can't wait to be an adult to get my independence. When you get independent, it doesn't get any easier. Even if you are rich, there's still going to be more problems that are going to be greater than the one you had previous years. But the good thing about life is that as you're growing with the experiences and the things you've handled in the past, it gets easier for you to handle certain things, because you'll be like, if I was able to go through that phase in my life, last 2 years, last 3 years, where I thought that I'm going to end it all, but I was able to go through that phase. By the time you look back and see that you were able to tackle these experiences without breaking down, you just give yourself a pat in the back and know that yes, you're going to tackle this obstacle in the long run. The third life lesson I've learned so far from medical school is learn to say I love you and show that love to people you admire, love and cherish, because life is like the wind, easily felt but hardly seen. Whenever I pass through the hospital or I'm reading outside once in a while, I just hear cries from the hospital. That's like an obvious sign that someone has lost a loved one. We don't plan life in this world. Maybe you're making plans that you wake up tomorrow. Some people go to bed and they wake up. Some people go and they don't wake up. In the hospital, you see a lot of life that is being lost. People will go out and then come back with injury in an accident. So if you have people you love and care about, your parents, your friends, even if you feel like they are in a good place in life, once in a while check on them. Medical school can actually take up a handful of your time that you tend to forget the people that you have around you because you're so invested in school, you're reading a lot of things taking up your time. But I've tried my hardest throughout this year to find a way to make sure that once in a while I reach out to people that I genuinely care about. Just because their things are going well, we are always praying for things to go well all the time, but we don't know, life is unpredictable. So when you have the opportunity, the chance to meet people that you care about, maybe they came to ask you to come out, go out and hang out with them, bond with them, share your thoughts with them. If they are going through trial, try to encourage them. Be there for people that you care about. Just like I said, life is like a wind. You feel it today, the next minute you're not feeling it again. It just comes and it goes. Take the opportunity you have to be seeing the people you care about right now and make wise use of it. Appreciate and show that love to people you genuinely care about. The next life lesson I've learned from medical school so far is always keep an emergency fund for health related purposes, because just like life, illness is unplanned and you have to treat your health as a priority. Like I always tell people, you have to be your healthiest version in order to, achieve and do the things that God has put for you, He put into your life to go and exploit in this life. So just like you're keeping your savings, especially if you're working, you're already a working person, you're a career person. As you're keeping your savings, try to save saving fund for your health purposes. In the health sector, whenever I go into the hospital, I see certain people that are not being attended to or are not attended to properly because they don't have the finances. And I know a lot of people are going through problems in life that most of the time they cannot afford the hospital bills. But if God has given you the opportunity, to be earning and you're saving, make sure that you're keeping another saving for your health purposes. You say, okay, this particular money I'll be keeping it every month, this certain amount of money I'm keeping it into this bank for health related purposes, because once in a while you might just break down and you're having headache. You need money to buy one or two drugs to help you out. Maybe someone around you just falls ill, you need money for it. So it's not be as if when you fall ill, unfortunately you're ill, but you don't have the money to take care of yourself because you spent a wholesome amount of your money throughout the entire year on other things you feel that are more important than your health. Being in medical school has made me realize that health is actually wealth. You need to make sure that you're prioritizing your health just like you're prioritizing other aspects of your life. Make sure that if you're saving for something important, make sure you're also keeping at least a little amount of money. With the time you're keeping small amount of money every month, it will be piling up so that when it comes to anything emergency health, I know that we cannot use money to save ourselves, but at least money goes a long way when it comes to hospital. Next life lesson I've learned so far from medical school is nobody is going to save you but yourself. There are so many times you go through different phases of medical school. 97% of the medical students go through different phases of depression, anxiety, anger. When you are going through this phase, for sure there are people that will be there to give you support, moral support, encourage you. But if you don't encourage yourself, no matter the amount of encouragement you get from your parents, from your friends, is not going to solve anything. So applying that to life, no matter the stress you're going through, if you remain on the floor, if you don't stand up and dust your ass and try again, nobody is going to save you. If you're going through an emotional breakdown, if you don't stand up and say, let me go and look for therapy, let me go and look for something that is going to make me happy, and you just sit down and mourn on your bed, nobody is going to save you. Even if people come and tell you that it's going to be well, it's going to be well, if you don't tell yourself it's going to be well and actively try to improve the state of mind or situation that you're in, nobody is going to save you. So if you're going through anything in life, no matter how hard it is, always try to push yourself to go through that phase, because if you just stay there expecting someone to save you, everybody is going through one thing or the other in life. So try to always push yourself to go through whatever you're going through in life. The next life lesson I've learned so far is stop the spotlight effect. People really don't care that much. In medical school, the thing you're going through, exams, stress, everybody is going through that. So even if you try your best and then you get a low score, people will tell you sorry and all that stuff. But just so you know, just because they are telling you sorry and encouraging you doesn't mean that they don't have their own issue. So if you go and be thinking, oh my God, why did this person reach out to me? Why didn't the other person? because they really don't care that much about you. Everybody is invested in themselves. Once you have that in mind, it will reduce a lot of disappointments in your life. So when people actually reach out to you, it's because okay, maybe they actually felt like okay, you actually deserving of their time and their investment. So when they do, you actually appreciate them, and when they don't take it personal, because not everybody's eyes on you. We have this tendency as human beings to think that the spotlight is on us. Everybody is looking at you. Nobody is looking at you. Everybody is looking at themselves the way you're looking at yourself. By the time you realize that and be like, okay, if this person should have the chance to tell me that they really miss me or they are encouraging me, it will give you that mindset of appreciating those who actually find a little time in their space to reach out to you and all that stuff. And it will also help you to understand that if someone doesn't reach out to you, you shouldn't take it personal, because they also have things going on in their life. Because you might be in school, like medical students, you might be in school and someone hasn't reached out to you for a long time. You're like, I'm suffering in school, why is this person not talking to me? But that person is at home trying to hustle or tackle one family problem or the other. So by the time you remove the spotlight effect and of saying, oh, everybody is not talking to me, why is it not, and try to understand that everybody is going through one thing or the other in life, it will help you appreciate those who actually find time to actually reach out to you. And it will also make you not to feel so disappointed when people you expect to reach out to you don't reach out to you. The least that medical school has taught me so far that I've applied to my life is when you work hard on something, it gets easier over time. But when hard work is not in the picture, it looks like the greatest challenge ever presented to you. In medical school, when it comes to exams, I know that there was a phase in my life that I really didn't want to read that much because I really hated the new courses that I was being introduced to. And that was before my second MBBS exam. It's like coming from 100 level, the subjects they are teaching you are things that you're familiar with because it's something they've taught you in your high school. But getting to 200 level, you're like introduced to new, completely different topics that you've never seen before. So it can hit you by surprise, and it did hit me by surprise. And I decided not to, give it my all, because I was like, I don't understand this, I will never understand it. It took me closely, almost failing, for me to actually reset my mindset and be like, oh, I'm almost at the end. If I don't do something about this, I'm actually literally going to fail, and nobody is actually going to care. So I had to stand up and beat myself and be like, see, this thing is looking like a challenge because I've actually not worked hard towards it. When I started actually working hard, it was towards the end of the exams. But I now realized that it's because I actually didn't put effort. That's why this thing was looking so tough. Because when I started reading, actually intentionally, I actually started understanding what I hadn't been understanding for the past year of my 200 level. And fortunately, I was able to skill through. So putting that into life is like whenever I'm faced with a challenge and I don't work hard, it seems like that challenge is so tough. But by the time I work hard, although working hard is really tough and challenging, but by the time you're working hard continuously, over time you see that this challenge that was placed in front of you that was not actually that challenging, but it was because you hadn't actually put effort to tackle that challenge. So in life, any challenge that is being placed in front of you might look like a very big obstacle. By the time you start working hard towards overcoming that challenge, it actually gets easier over time. Just like they say, practice makes perfect. Practicing something, practicing working hard towards something, it actually gets easy over time. If you've gotten to this part of the video, obviously you're enjoying it, you're enjoying me. Why have you not liked? If you're liking this video, like it. It helps YouTube to understand that people want this video to be seen more. So please, if you like for more medical students or non-medical students, adults, young people to see this video more, like, comment, whatever aspect of this video touched you a little bit. Like and share this video, and I'll see you guys very soon in my next video. Do go ahead and check out this video here where I talk about how I organize my life as a medical student and a content creator. And I'll see you guys very soon in my next video. Until then, bye.